Hi friends, welcome to MEDPG. I'm Dr. Benson Benjamin, and you have reached here at MEDPG Curated Tuition Series, and you want to know what this course is and why you have come here. See, dear friends, we always at MEDPG what we are focused is on an average and a mediocre student who is having a dream to achieve or a passion to achieve. And what we have felt is that many a times all the coaching institutes are focusing on teaching you everything inclusive, so that you learn everything in a haphazard way and you don't know what to be stressed and what not to be stressed, or to rather put it as what should be done and what should not be done. It's very, very important to know what should not be done to achieve your dream seats. So the MEDPG Curated Revision Series is a set of course. It's a course that is designed to take you through a planned revision in which you will learn what everyone should be knowing at the end of 3 months. And then you can have adequate time to revise for yourself, identifying your negative sides or your volatile or hot areas and focus on them to achieve the best you can. See, you may be a student who's got a rank at 60,000 or 70,000 in last try, or you've taken a 3 years or 4 years break from your learning phase and now you're trying to come back. See, the majority of the materials that's given to you guys are inclusive material. It tells you to learn everything, and as a student who has been there in your position not long ago, we realize at MEDPG, we realize that it's not possible for you to learn everything. So there should be a smart way to achieve what other people are doing in this limited span of time. And that's how we've designed this curated revision series. It's a smart way to study what everyone knows and what should be known by the end of 3 to 4 months of preparation through our material. So in this curated revision, what you get, that's the question. See, we have 4 parts in this curated revision series. The first part is always the mentorship. It gives you a guided series through how to learn, what to learn and what not to learn in the next 4 months of your revision plan. And then from there, we will be offering you a set of topics in all 19 subjects, including one extra subject that we have designed, oncology and genetics, for the updated, the higher version, if you're planning to come top 1000. So if you want to come to top 5000, you should know almost, the average part, what everyone knows in all 19 subjects. And as I have told you in my previous series of videos, there is a plus and minus subjects. Subjects that you are very strong on, that's your plus subjects, and subjects that you're very weak is your minus subjects. Even if you put tremendous effort into your minus subject, you may not be able to improve it. So you have to devise a strategy to go through your minus subjects and make your plus subjects perfect. So to do that, you need to learn what everyone knows. How do you do that? See, what MEDPG has done is we have gone through the pain to take all the 5 years of question papers in all the major exams, including the Neet-Pg, the previous AIPAGME, and then these questions, we have decoded them into individual topics. We've looped them and grouped them into a set of important areas of around 60 to 100 topics varying from the subject size, which has to be learned because that has a tendency to come through all the exams over the last 3 to 4 years. So these topics will be condensed to you and given in a set of videos that is around 15 to 20 or maximum of 30 minutes of duration. And these videos will be like summarizing the concepts and the exam oriented view of these topics so that you'll be able to learn them. And after learning them, that's the next question. I've always told all my students that there is a very important point called the feedback. I've always told my students, unless and until you're able to do an MCQ or solve an MCQ from an area that you've learned, it's not learned. So if you have learned upper limb, the nerves of upper limb, you should be able to solve a question from radial nerve that has been asked in the last 3 years. If you're not able to do that, then you're gone. So that is as good as not learned. So what we have done is that after learning these set of topics, or after going through set of topics, maybe any coaching institute from X or Y or Z, it doesn't matter. If you have learned your notes or our videos, you have to or you should be able to solve these questions that we have set, called subject-wise questions, in which each of the questions in the question paper will be a representative question from these topics. For example, if there is a question from radial nerve in the last 3 years, there will be a question from radial nerve. And if you are able to answer that question in radial nerve, almost all the questions from that areas can be answered by you. So that checks whether you have read the particular area or not. So after going through your revision notes or through our video series, you have to come back and do a subject-wise test that contains around 50 to 100 questions according to a subject, that is 50 for a short subject and 100 for a major subject. So the 100 questions will give you a percentage score. For example, if you have done medicine and you're able to score 70 to 60% in that particular subject test, that means that you've done perfectly. Achieving 70% in a medicine test will be the best thing that can be done by any average or mediocre student, and that in fact can fetch you a rank in the top 5,000, because you know that even the topper in the top 1,000 region, they also score around 70 to 80% score in the Neet-Pg exam. So coming there to the 70 percentile should be our target. And after achieving that target, you have the confidence to go ahead. So always learn something, check for the feedback and go ahead. Okay. So after doing these questions, what we give you is a summarized notes that can consolidate your learning from these videos and questions, and make sure that you've not missed any points. If you have gone wrong, for example, 100 questions you have done, you've got a score of 60, you've gone wrong in 40, that 40 questions represents 40 different topics from that particular subject. So you can go back to your notes or to our videos and refer to these 40 questions in that 40 topics and areas, and make sure that you've learned that. That makes sure that in the last 5 years, if there is a question in Neet-Pg from a particular topic, it has been done by you. And that is a foolproof way to know what everyone knows in a particular subject. And after learning this, you identify that there are some areas, even if you put a huge amount of effort, you're not able to remember them. And that's what I call the volatile areas for you. For example, if you ask me, tumor markers is a good area for me. I don't forget tumor markers, very commonly, because I like tumors. But if you ask me the CD markers, or if you ask me the laws of forensics, I'm very poor in the laws of forensics. So that is something that I am weak on. But if in a generic way, I'm giving you a set of topics telling it's volatile, it may not be volatile for you, and you're wasting your time there. So we have designed such a way that you will identify what are your volatile areas and what are your plus areas and what are your minus areas, and you will be able to curate your revision according to that. So this is a guided program. As you can see, each and every module you do will make sure that you have learned that particular area. It can be the notes from any particular institute or any particular textbook or any particular review book that you have gone through. This is not a reading material or learning material. This is a guidance material or an assessment tool through which you will be able to make sure what you have done is done perfectly. And that's what MEDPG Curated test series will give you. Once again summarizing, it will give you the mentorship or how to crack Neet-Pg in a very focused and oriented way, identifying your strengths and your weaknesses to make your own plan without changing your style and achieve the best that you can. That is point number 1. Point number 2, it will give you a set of topics that has been asked in the last 5 years, and it's a foolproof mechanism in which we have gone extensively through all the questions and identified these topics that will make sure that you know what everyone knows. And we have given you the point number 3, will be given you videos of 30 to 20 minutes which will not consume your time from your revision plan. It will help you to augment whatever you have learned in your coaching institutes and make sure that you've not missed any points conceptually as well as question wise. And after finishing these videos, you go into the point number 4, you do the question papers. And the question papers will make sure that whatever you have learned has been learned and test your knowledge, and it will show you that there are some points that you miss. That is 30 questions goes wrong. The 30 questions are 30 topics you need to read and relearn. And then after doing the questions, it gives a set of notes through which you can just summarize yourselves or make sure that you've learned whatever you have learned perfectly. And that's what MEDPG Curated Revision Series is. So we welcome you guys to our Curated Revision Series program to come in and have a taste of it. It's a guided revision planned for every student who's having confusions and having problems to identify what's to be done and what's not to be done. So even if you are inside our program and having confusions or doubts, then you can always ring us up and we will help you out to make a plan for you that is unique for you. And ultimately, we want you to have your best results. It's not about the money you pay for us, or it's not about how we are able to project ourselves as the best brand to you. It's always about your results. So we at MEDPG, the mentors at MEDPG, will be always open to any calls. Even if you don't have a purchased course in our series, it's okay. If you have any doubts, feel free to call us. We'll help you out to make a perfect plan for you. Okay, thank you.